This is the RG476H. It's Anbernic's latest device. And if you love retro gaming on systems like PlayStation 2, GameCube, Dreamcast, N64, and others below, with this amazing display, all glass front, awesome controls, this might just be the device you're looking for. Let's talk about it. Hey, welcome back to Digital Jedi Gaming. I'm Matt, and this is the Anbernic 476H. Before we get into the review, let's talk about what this is. So first things first, in the box is your standard affair for Anbernic devices. You got your instruction manual, and you have your standard USB Type-A to USB Type-C cable. No screen protector, probably because this device has this all-glass front on it. All right, now let's talk about the specs. First things first, let's talk about the star of the show here. This display. It's a 4.7-inch LTPS in-cell display. It has a resolution of 1280 by 960, which is a 4:3 aspect ratio, and it has a refresh rate of 120 Hz. This comes with the Unisoc T820, which we've seen in a couple other devices like the RG556, the RG Cube, the RG Slide, the RG476H, and the RG406V. It comes with 8 gigs of DDR4 RAM, 128 gigs of internal storage. It runs on Android 13. It has 2.4 and 5G Wi-Fi, and it also has Bluetooth 5.0. This device comes with a 5,000 milliamp hour battery, which on average, if you're playing some light stuff, can give you probably about 6 hours worth of gameplay, and 2 down-firing speakers. Now let's take a look at it. So right on top, we have our stack shoulders and triggers, which we love. Power button, volume rocker, exhaust. On the back, we have an air intake, some Anbernic branding. On the side, we have nothing. On the other side, we have nothing. On the bottom, we have our 2 down-firing speakers. We have a USB-C port, 3.5mm headphone jack, and a micro SD slot. Now on front, we have this D-pad that at this point in this game, Anbernic has completely mastered this. This D-pad and the one that Retroid uses might just be the 2 best D-pads you can find. They're awesome. You have these nice glossy face buttons that are very quiet to push. Don't make any noise. All right, so now this drives me nuts on these Anbernics. They put their start and select right here, and then their back button and their Anbernic launcher here. For me, I wish this was start and this was select, and this was back and this was the Anbernic launcher. I like to use select and X as my menu in RetroArch. It's just a lot more convenient when it's that way. I mean, not a big deal, but it's just something I wish Anbernic did. Now the sticks, these are the same sticks that Anbernic used on a 406H and a 406V. These are awesome sticks. Same sticks that was on the RG477M. Great sticks, very comfortable. They're away. Speaking of the sticks, this device does have really nice RGB lighting. And if you're into that, cool. If not, you don't gotta use it. And while we're talking about RGB lighting and sticks, these caps do come off. And my favorite add-on, the hype sticks, actually do fit like a champ here. Look at that. Add depth, add height, little color bling. Hype sticks are where it's at, man, and they work great with the RG476H. Hype sticks can be found on Etsy. They're $10, man, you can't beat them. Alright. So, let's talk about this device. I want to talk about the build quality and the feel. So, first things first, this is the follow-up to the RG477M, which is a metal device in the same form factor that Anbernic released not long ago. It does have a different chipset, which is the Dimensity 8300. It's quite a bit more powerful, but I really honestly believe for what this use case of this device is, that other device is just too overpowered. Right? For me, something like this with a D-pad on top, I'm going to be doing PlayStation 2 and 1, and that's all you need with this guy. I'm not really going to do anything above and beyond it. So for me, that chipset is just too much. This Unisoc T820 is more than enough for PlayStation 2, GameCube, Dreamcast, and that's probably going to be the biggest thing for me. Super Nintendo, Dreamcast, PlayStation 1, and PlayStation 2 are probably going to be the most of this. This is really ideal for me. The other big thing between this and the RG477M, the RG477M had inline shoulders and triggers. This has stack, which is it's much more comfortable because you can stack, you can lay your fingers right behind there, and it's just easy to pull the triggers that way. And of course, the RG477M was metal, and so it weighed quite a bit more. This it's not super light, but it's nowhere near as heavy. I've had, a few hours of gameplay on this, and it's nowhere near as tiring as the 477M was. So I really enjoy it. And the build quality is great. It feels good. Everything, the D-pad feels great. The sticks feel awesome. They work. There's no noise. They got great range of motion. They're just a win. I love these sticks. These are the best sticks Anbernic's used. As I said before, Anbernic is the master of the D-pad. The buttons feel great. They're quiet. Shoulders and triggers a tiny bit, mostly just the shoulder buttons. You hear that? A little bit clicky. Triggers are solid, right? Your buttons are solid. Start and select have a tiny bit of click, but not much to them. And it's just, the other big thing too is that the fan on the Dimensity 8300, man, it wasn't like earth-shattering loud, but it was loud. This thing, I haven't even noticed the fan on this at all, so that's great. As far as the operating system, it does do on Android 13, so you can get your latest version of Emulation Station. You can play all the most current Android games, all the most current Android emulators and apps. It's got 8 gigs of RAM, so you can do a little bit of messing around with Win later, but that's just not my use case for it, so I can't really speak to it, but it's definitely potential for it. So let's talk about how the overall experience has been. For me, it's been great, man. It's comfortable to use. I love the placements of the stack shoulders and buttons. The D-pads on top is just great. I mean, the whole experience has just been awesome. And this display is, it was on the 477M, it was on the RG slide. It's incredible. It's, it's something that I believe Anbernic had custom made for them, because I haven't seen a 4.7-inch display with 120 hertz refresh rate at all before. And it's just, look at it. I mean, it is awesome. All right. So this comes in 3 colors. It comes in this indigo color, it comes in a black, and it comes in a retro gray. Currently, right now, on Anbernic's website, it's $157.99 US plus shipping, which is typically about 20 bucks. But if you go on AliExpress, a lot of times there's coupons. I got this one for $150 shipped from AliExpress website. So if you go look on the official Anbernic store, you can find it there, and there's always coupons available for it, okay? So let's talk about who this device is for, and then we'll show some games. So this is, if you are looking at a device to play retro console stuff that's 4x3, PlayStation 2, Nintendo GameCube, Sega Dreamcast, Nintendo 64, Super Nintendo, anything like that below, this is the device for you. So it is 4x3. Game Boy Advance still looks great on it because the screen is so big. So you do have some bars, I'll show you, but it still looks amazing on it. All right, so let's talk about the power of this chipset and kind of caveats with systems like PlayStation 2. So as far as GameCube's concerned, this device will pretty much handle the entire library. PlayStation 2, it's going to handle most of the library. There's going to be some games, like from my use case, that just are great. Like, here's the list of what I typically play on PlayStation 2. So 1945, Alien Hominid, Ape Escape, I don't really play, but I just wanted to test it out. I love Black. Black might be my favorite shooter on PlayStation 2. Some of the Burnout games, Contra, a lot of my favorites are going to be God of War does run pretty good on this. Gradius is great on it. Jak and Daxter will struggle on this device. Katamari Damacy, no problems. I didn't give any of the Kingdom Hearts games a shot, but I probably should check them out. Marvel vs. Capcom is awesome on this. R-Type Final is another game that I love, that I enjoyed playing on this here. Some of the Ratchet and Clank games will struggle a little bit. Things like that. Rogue Galaxy, I didn't even try on it. Shadow of Colossus did struggle for me on this one. Soul Calibur 3 was another great one. SSX 3 all worked great. Some of your more challenging games that you're going to find, like Dirge of Cerberus or some of the Jak and Daxter games, are going to be the ones that just may not work on this. But for the most part, everything I tried to play, I had a really good time playing it on it. PSP, another great system on here. Some of the games will look a little bit weird because they're 16:9, but the device itself, the screen is so big and so vibrant on it, it still looks really good on this display. So let's check out a couple games and give you an idea of what we're looking at. 3, 2, 1, go! So this is Ridge Racer on PSP. Awesome racing game. So I'm running without frame skip on 2x resolution, no frame skip. I'm getting 60 frames per second. Ooh. I'm terrible at this. Let's check out The Simpsons Hit and Run. All right, Alien Hominid on the Game Boy Advance. So as I mentioned earlier, Game Boy Advance is a 3:2 aspect ratio, but this screen is so big and so nice that you can barely tell that there's any black bars on top and bottom. So it looks amazing. And the display is just vivid. The input is so responsive. It's awesome experience, man. Awesome experience.
Blue Blaze Continuum Shift 2 for the Nintendo 3DS. Rampage Total Destruction for the GameCube. I just love these games, man. Just run around and destroy the city. Can't beat it.
Alright, this is Halls of Torment. It's an Android game. It's a top-down vampire survivors, like that kind of has like a Diablo feel to it. One of my absolute favorite Android games, just a total blast to play, and runs like a total champ on this device. So what's my thoughts on this device? I think if you're into retro gaming and you're looking for a 4:3 aspect ratio device with a beautiful screen and awesome buttons, this is a win. I really don't think there's many devices out here that have this same use case that are better. 4:3, 5 inches, beautiful display, perfect layout for retro games. I'd say this one's a win. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Hey, if you enjoyed watching this video and you'd like to see more reviews and nerdy content, please like and consider subscribing to my channel. I'm Matt, That's it for now. Take it easy and keep gaming.